There's a lot of stuff about dialogue. Some of it lives with me and some of it doesn't. It's hit or miss, but then you get lines like that. You're like, that I'm gonna remember that for forever. I'm Troy Baker, and this is Skylar's Stupid Match Game. This is a fun one. All right, ready? When you look death in the eye, will you blink? That is Higgs motherfucking Monahan, baby. Woo! When you look death in her eye, will you blink?
Damn. Woo! 1 for 1. Let's go to the next one.
One thing I've learned, if you don't draw first, you don't draw at all. That is Booker DeWitt from BioShock Infinite.
One thing I've learned, if you don't draw first, you don't get to draw at all.
Absolute natural. And he's got the voice down.
You can see videos of me. There's times where I'm like, I have no idea who that is. And they're like, it's you. You said this 5 minutes ago. I'm like, where am I? There's a lot of stuff about dialogue. Some of it lives with me and some of it doesn't. It's hit or miss. But then you get lines like that. You're like, that I'm gonna remember that for forever. Oh, fate is all that stands in our way. If the coin says that your time is up, then you'll die. Could have done it with a coin. The coin. That is Harvey Dent, Two-Face from Arkham City.
Fate is all that stands in our way. And if the coin says that your time is up, then you'll die.
You just come after her. Bang. That is Joel Miller from The Last of Us.
You just come after her.
Bang. So the first time I met Pedro, we were up in Waterton, which is still on the Canadian border, just north of the Dakotas. And it's this beautiful wildlife preserve. And they had to scale down their entire production, which I think was 1,000 people, including cast and crew. And they had to pare it down to 1/3 of that to get them into this National Wildlife Preserve. One of my biggest scenes in the episode of The Last of Us was cut. David takes me outside and he and I have this big confrontation. And I was like, what are you doing? You're playing with this girl. Get rid of her. Let's focus at the task at hand. And I read David, the riot act. And I look at him and I'm like, David, what are we gonna do? These people are starving to death. And Scott Shepard just kind of looked at me, looked past my shoulder and he goes, well, we can eat them. And I looked over and this wild herd of elk had just like wandered onto our set. And it's a National Wildlife Preserve, so you can't do anything about it. And they're like, that's lunch. The first time that I met Pedro, we were up in there and we're having dinner. My back is to the window and Pedro walks past and he stops and he's like, oh, hi. He waves and he's like, oh, I'll come in. So he comes around and he's wiping snow off of his jacket and everything. And he says hi to, I think Craig was in there. And he looks at me and we kind of do like the Spider-Man meme where we're pointing at each other. And like, what do we do? Come here, dude. And so I just grabbed him and I gave him a hug and I took him and I just looked at him and I said, man, I have so many questions for you. And he looked at me and he goes, I have none for you.
What? No way. He's joking
and
though,
I was
right?
like, oh, you and I are going to be great friends. He's been incredibly kind. He's been the main thing that I care about. More than being kind to me or for me, he's been kind to Joel. And that's all that I wanted, was someone to be precious with that character. I never wanted to be the only one who played that role. If we created a character that can only be played by one person, kind of a flat character. If we can create a character that can be played by multiple people, now we've got something good. Oh, this is so good. Please, stay right here. Enjoy the crab rangoon. So good. That is Pagan Men from Far Cry.
Please, stay right here. Enjoy the crab rangoon.
If you stay and you don't get up and you eat the crab rangoon, and I think you have to stay for like 20 minutes, Pagan comes back and is like, all right, let's go marry your mother. And that's it. And the game ends. So that when you get to the end, he was like, you could have just stayed. You did all of this. Okay, whoa. So excited, my hands are literally shaking. Either that or just need another cigarette, maybe a little both. So excited, my hands are literally shaking. Either that or just need another cigarette, maybe a little both. Sam Drake. Took me a second.
Wow, I thought we had you.
I'm so excited, my hands are literally shaking. Yeah, I know the feeling. It's either that or I need another cigarette.
Right when I moved to Los Angeles, I ended up doing a really bad movie in Texas in the middle of winter. It was January. It was awful, and the only solace that I had was the PS3 that my friend let me borrow. And he was like, you got to play this game. And it was Uncharted. And I played it and I was like, well, this is what I want to be doing. Because I found out the process was they had actually actors on the stage interacting with each other, interacting with the environment. It was shot like a movie, just in the weird spandex suits. I was like, that's what I want to be doing. So Uncharted became my favorite game. Then there was Uncharted 2 that rocked everybody's world. And I was like, oh my gosh, like now we've got Indiana Jones, but for us being able to play it. And I was at this one studio. We were recording in the small studio because we were a smaller game. And I walked down the hall and oops, I just walked in the door and there's Nolan and Richard and Emily and Gordon Hunt. And I was like, hi, I'm Troy. And they were like, cool, get out. And I was like, if you ever need a guy that wants to die, I can scream, I'll do it for him. Like, ha ha ha. It was so awkward. It was so bad.
And like you go through it in your head and you're like, you feel like your dream scenario. You're like, I'll go in, I'll say this.
I'm gonna crush it. I'm gonna walk in, own the room. Oh my God, thank God, could you just jump in right now and replace everybody? Ugh. Your powers are mine. That is Loki from Marvel Rivals. Your powers are mine! I don't understand the people who are like, I need a moment to get into characters. Like, I don't know what I look like in that situation until I'm in it. Oh God. Don't do this to me. I know this. Oh my God, who called in the wambulance? Is that kanji?
No!
Oh shit, that's it. All right.
Oh my God, who called in the wambulance, huh?
Do you know that there's a line in there when I was like, first of all, we need, and I burped because I had a breakfast burrito and I burped. I was like, sorry, well guys, we'll get that again. They're like, absolutely not, we're keeping it. Who called in the wambulance? God, I remember that now. Dang it. So what am I, like Rosa Parks? They want me to sit on the back of the bus? Oh my God. I don't ever remember saying this line. Who would that have been? But 100% that's a Nate Fox line. That's Infamous Second Son. So what am I, like Rosa Parks and they want me to sit on the back of the bus?
Wow, is that perfect score on the day?
No, because I mean it's a little wishy-washy with the Reese. I didn't get that. So I'm probably batting like what, an 89?